How many child geniuses do you know? If any, ask yourself, were they made or were they born? So, now we'll be diving into this topic. So, child geniuses. Or child geniuses are an essential part of, I guess, our society. And we'll be diving into what topics and what social aspects and uh, ethical things to this. So you may ask, what is considered to be a child or to be considered to be a genius? According to Britannica.com, a child genius or a genius is considered to be a person with intelligent quotient of 140. This score, also referred to as IQ, can be affected by malnutrition. For example, if you're malnutrition or malnutrited from the age from 1 to 5, you could lose from up to 15 IQ points, which is a major part of your intelligence. And also, social standing puts part into IQ. For example, from the lowest economy or from the lowest social economic standing to the highest, those can differ from 6 points at the age of 2 and can triple by the age of 15, which is a substantial proportion to this amount. So, we'll be going into moral and ethical, the social aspect, and also the financial aspect and how they can return back to you from becoming a child prodigy. So, what's an example of making prodigies and being able to affect the nurture around them? A good example of this is the Laszlo Polgar experiment. This man was a Budapest psychologist who lived in Hungary, and he wanted to see if it was possible to create a genius or what it would take. So he tried this on his first daughter, Susan Polgar. Susan Polgar, which is like any other kid, but one thing they had in different was their parents. Their parents homeschooled Susan, which is a very uncommon practice in Hungary, and they did this with, and they chose a topic or a task for the kid to do where they could become a genius in, and they chose chess. Chess uses critical thinking, problem solving, and many other things. And they achieved this by making learning fun and also making chess like the TikTok you guys have today and making it exciting. Laszlo Polgar even found his child Susan playing chess in the bathroom in the middle of the night, and he had to say, "Susan, put away the pieces and go to sleep." And he replicated this to prove that it wasn't just nature and it wasn't just lucky genetics for that one child. He did this with his other two daughters, and the best outcome was his final daughter, Judith Polgar. Judith Polgar came out to be the best or the top ranking female player or chess player of all time, and she even became considered to be one of the top 10 players and beat Gary Kasparov, who is considered to be one of the top 3 best chess players of all time. So, now, he said some essential things he talked about was making learning fun, or the importance of early learning. When a child's brain is like a sponge and has much or can be influenced. For example, our surroundings around us or form what seems fun and what seems rewarding. For example, your parents might make TV rewarding for you since they give you food or something, some snacks while doing it. And this thing can be replicated with other things. For example, they made chess as rewarding and also competitive, which is a key thing they needed. Now, some other things they needed was to make learning fun and not just a mundane and everyday task that must be done. But of course, it might not be fun all the time. But if you ask the Polgars today, their childhood was the best time they had in their life. So now, let us move on to nature. Some may say nature does put some some aspect to your IQ, and of course that's true with many things. But your potential can be maximized with your elements and your surroundings. So thank you for this, and let's refresh and see what we went over today. Firstly, we ha- or firstly we have the moral and ethical, the social aspect, as in being able to have a future or good future standing by being able to become a genius in your in your task, and thus building a strong foundation for your future, for future or your future endeavors where you can apply those things. And then financial, we're learning it to become strong in a subject, which could be anything. Chess was just an example, and being able to become one of the best in that task and being highly wanted and highly rewarded for your hard efforts. Thank you.